Hello friends, I'm Kayla and I'm a bit of a mess. Today, my goal today, for the next couple days, my goal is to unmess my life. And you're gonna come along on the journey. So I have a list of things that I wanna do. Some spring cleaning, if you will. We're currently redoing Liam's room and all of the books from his life from the past 14 years are in his closet, and I need to reorganize all of them and I need to brush my hair apparently. I need to take them to donate them. So that's one thing I'm going to accomplish. Two, my TBR closet. Everyone wants me to see, am I okay? Everyone wants to see me reorganize it. And I understand. I'm hesitant. I'm pushing back against it a little bit, I think mentally, which means that I do indeed need to do it. So I will, I shall. I'm gonna reorganize this shelf. This needs to change. This is my TBR shelf. Not only is it a mess, but I don't think it's serving me, and I have a plan for how to fix that. Because I was not planning on rotating you over here, but I guess, you know what? If you want an authentic view of my mess, this is the top of my dresser right now. That's horrific. And I think I have an idea of how to stop letting the chaos collect there. To be fair, I am in a strange place with like content because I'm currently doing like an experimental challenge for myself. That'll be over within the week. So that's a little bit of the reason why it's messy over there, because I'm just a mess. And I think that I hate my hair. Oh my God, I think that I hate my hair today. I also hate this sweater. What's happening? See, the problem is I just got this new shirt and this is all I want to wear. But you're gonna see me wear it in like 3 different videos because I refuse to take it off. So I was like, I can't wear it for this one. Yes, I can. Maybe I just need to buy it in like 3 different colors. That might be the solution. This is gonna be a Yap City, Yap o'clock, Yap centric video. If you're not into that, oh my God, I don't know why you're here. What am I doing? Reorganizing that, reorganizing that, reorganizing this. I have so many videos coming up and book club stuff and plans, and I haven't gathered the books. I haven't organized my brain or my TBR, and I need to go out and buy some books. I need to stop at the library. You know what I really need? I need another bullet journal, but the smaller one, because normally I will run 2 at a time. One that has like plans and organization and stuff, and then one that is just chaos. And it's where I just write down like random notes and where I plan out videos, but in like a messy way. And this year I thought I could keep it all contained in one. No, I was wrong. So I need to go get maybe even just a small one, and then I can do stuff in there. My number one goal for that is TikTok videos. I need a place to write them all down. You guys know I hate technology. I just need to stop trying to force myself to be a digital girl in a digital world. So yeah, I need to buy another notebook today. And I want to buy a calendar for the wall, because I realized out by my computer in my office, my kitchen office, I don't have a calendar on the wall, and I want to have one, and I never bought one, and it's 4 months into the year. This is what we're doing for the next couple days. I'm gonna get my life together and you're along for the ride. Now, since 2 things I'm doing are getting rid of books and getting new books, what would make sense is getting rid of books first. I can take them with me, go out, donate, whatever I'm doing, and then bring new books into my life and then organize. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go book shopping because that's what I feel like doing today. And I think without the new journal and without the new calendar, I'm not gonna feel like my mind is organized enough to then organize all of this. So we're gonna purchase with good intentions. All right, oh my God, hello? Stay still. I got a bunch of things, not everything that I wanted, but I did get a stack of library books that I need for videos. I got a stack of other books from the bookstore that I need for videos. I couldn't find a calendar. I guess stores don't care to sell calendars almost halfway through the year. I got the latest color for my bullet journal, my little one. This will help me out. And I'll show you the rest of the books when I get home. There's a lot happening in here. So to organize my brain, these are not all things that I added into my life today, but they're like the accumulation of what has appeared on my dresser. I have so many videos I think that I'm working on at a time, but at the same time, I have a bunch of books that I want to read just because I want to read, and I put them in the same place. That place is not organized, so I get lost. I think because I'm trying to restructure and reorganize my time and when and how I do things, there's this time in between that just feels a little bit chaotic until I've really honed in what I want to do. I find that almost every day I'm filming reading and editing, and I wonder if I could allot different days differently, but I don't think it would always work like that because of the way that I do videos. I can't structure things that easily. I've been trying to make sure I have one day a week that I'm not on camera, which seems like something easy to fulfill, but there often is times where I'm just like, oh, I have time to read, but I need to make sure I update people while I'm reading this, and then I end up filming a really quick clip. And I really need that day, not just to not be on camera, but more so to be focused on something solely. And I really need like an organizational day once a week, which feels like a lot, but if I'm also editing and doing other things in that day, I think that's fine. I've been trying to make it like one day a week exactly, like every Monday I do this, because like how nice is it to flip the new page, which is what I'm gonna do today. But in order for this to happen, it means I need to like have completed last week's content on time and not have started another video. And often I'm layering videos, so there's not actually a day in between vlogs. And that's fine, I have no actual issue with that. It's just the day that I need to find in the week to plan stuff. So today is that day. I'm gonna use this new journal for ramblings, but it is gonna be kind of organized. I think one thing, I just wanna keep track. It may sound silly because you can see all of the library books, but I want to keep track of the library books. Or maybe I wanna keep track of what I'm reading for each video. I actually don't really know what I need this to be, but I do know I need it to be TikTok plans. So my current organization looks something like this. I have my 2025 agenda where I keep track of, this is pretty much just all videos, and it does have a section, like most of it is by the week stuff. I don't use any of this. I'm used to an agenda that has like the month and then a bunch of stuff and then the month and then a bunch of stuff. And then I bought this one and I didn't realize it has all the months together, like at the front, they're kind of back to back. So I only really use the first 12 pages of this. And it's really easy to fill out because I just put like, I'm posting a video every Wednesday usually and every weekend usually. And then down the side, sometimes I use it to list the books that I'm going to be reading. So that's the cute little bow. Then I also have my big bullet journal. And in this one, I do a lot of things. Like I just have video plans on one page. This is my Instagram feed and I haven't been keeping up to date with it at all this year. So maybe this is a little plan I need to get together. But then I also do use it monthly to keep track of what I have read and stats and stuff. But the way I use it, I'm very quickly running out of pages. So this will be good for more chaotic thoughts. And then I can also get them out of the notes app on my phone because I'm not organized to just have one note that has all my TikTok ideas. It's like every time I have a new idea, I make a new note for some reason. Then I think I will do individual videos just because it'll help me keep track of things this way. I'll see if this makes sense or not. I find helpful about writing stuff down is, do you remember when you were in school and to study stuff, your teachers might have told you to take your own notes or to like rewrite your notes? Because I find that when I'm physically writing something, it sticks in my mind better. That's why when people say like, oh, you have, well, I do have a good memory, I think in general, but when people are like, how do you remember books that you read like 10 years ago? I do think that maybe it's like 40% I remember the act of reading the book. I can remember scenes I didn't specifically write down or talk about, but a good 60% of my memory as far as content is I'm remembering the content. I'm remembering talking about the book. I'm not necessarily remembering the book. I'm remembering what I spoke about because I planned what I was going to say, I said it, and then I had to edit it, and then I had to rewatch it through when I posted it. So I'm remembering the video and my review more so than from my actual brain. It's from something that I've put out there. So even though like I remember Jordan Lyne's live show is coming up and I need to read this and it's already on my schedule for when to read and when the live show is happening, I just think writing it down on a list of like, I need to remember to do this, even if I'll never look back on this specific page again, it is helpful. The next thing I definitely need to do is just plan out my week, and I don't think any of this is going to be particularly interesting. But what I do like to do is draw some little basic graphics to indicate what's happening. Like if I'm posting a video, it's a rectangle. This isn't the most interesting thing in the world. I'm probably going to post something on the Sunday that I've been working on. And then I know that the besties, I was going to put it on Thursday, but I actually think I'll post it alongside this. There's like an extended version. And I know that this little cloud indicates something specific that I'm doing for the besties. We've got hockey, baseball, the dentist, because Liam's braces are off now and he's getting a retainer. A reminder that there's no school on this day. More hockey, more baseball, and then obviously all of my filming stuff. Like maybe I should have a sticker for this. That could be fun. I know something I bought recently came with stickers, but I can't find them. But Liam has these. But maybe if I know I'm filming something a certain day, these little blue marks will help remind me. Organization. There's a lot of sports on this day, but I know that I can film stuff in between games. So it does look like maybe there's a day I won't be making anything. And then there is this, like with priorities and don't forget. I forget to look into the don't forget section. So I do like to add each day things that I need to remember to do, but then I might fill it up too much and there's no space. So I do need to respond to an email for a little podcast thing that I'm going to be doing. Oh, I need to call and make an appointment because my control arms on my Jeep are busted. I have some Goodreads stuff I need to do. I need to get organized for the book club because I have left the Literally Dead book club Goodreads a little bit abandoned, and I'm thinking like, should I move over to another platform? Other people use other platforms. I need to think that through, or just switch up how I'm exactly running it. Oh, and then we've got a little square if I'm going to post on Instagram that day. Would love to get back to posting an every other day Instagram. And then I also have this represents like a TikTok or a story. And I think this helps me also stay consistent. If I see it and I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to post something today, it'll remind me to actually film something. I unfortunately have not gotten on board with bulk filming. I know it can be really successful. I just like, I don't know why I can't do it. I can film, like I'll film for a vlog, I'll film a sit down video and I'll film a TikTok in one day, but planning ahead of time and then fulfilling like 5 TikToks in one day, that's never gonna be me. But it'll be helpful to have a page with all of the list of my ideas. So when maybe if I'm already filming something one day, I'm like, well, I might as well film that TikTok that I already have planned out. I also just got the ability to do different thumbnails on YouTube to test out different things, like to put it out to a couple different audiences. So I need to remember and make time to make 2 thumbnails for some videos because I love that. If I got this ability years ago, I would have been instantly on top of it because A/B testing is like my favorite thing. So I need to remind myself to actually fulfill this. Then there's like a million other things I'm gonna write down. I think this is dragging out enough and I'll see you when I'm doing something else. Today's mission is simple, but it is heavy. So how did I think this angle was gonna show you anything? Oh, I can't even pick this up. Okay, I tried to split these books between 2 different bins and I still think, no, I can do it. His new desk is here, his new dresser is here. Today, finally, his new bed comes. And so I have to stop procrastinating getting all the books out of here. I don't know what I'm trying to show you. All of his Dogman books are leaving, which is just so sad. But I'm gonna take them, oh my God, to the Friends of the Library book sale like bin that they have. And I'm gonna put all of the, well, I actually don't know if all of these will fit. So if I run out of space, I'll go to the bookstore, little free libraries. These days, like rolling up to a little free library, they're always full. So I can't fit a lot of these into any one of them. But yeah, he's getting rid of like all of his middle grade books, all of the Dogman, like I said, and then the ones that we've unboxed from Owl Crate Jr. He probably read like half of these and now they can go to a better home. And then there's a bunch of like graphic novels and manga and stuff. In this one, we've got Ripley's Believe It or Not. Like he was obsessed with these. So was I as a kid. Same with I Spy. Obsessed with that as a kid. The Bad Guy books. I don't even think I ever really looked at what many of these are. We've got Zelda. We've got Pokemon. We've got Fire Force, Amulet, Spy Family, that was a big favorite. And unlike me, he has like no sentimental attachment to books. So I have squirreled a couple things away to put in like a memory bin, some like childhood ones that I think it would be good for him to hold on to. When we were cleaning out his dresser, he has so much old hockey stuff and old like uniforms for soccer and things. And he was like, should we get rid of these? And I was like, no, you have to keep them for the memories. And he was instantly like, yeah, you're right. And then I said, one day wouldn't it be so cute if you have a little kid and they go on the ice and like your original, at that point it'll be vintage, like jersey. But actually what I'm doing with a bunch of his old clothes is once I have this space someday, I'm going to make a bunch of his old shirts and some jerseys into like a quilt, because I mean, he has like 20 of them. Some of them will remain as they are, but some of them, I just have this great idea for like gifting him this quilt when he goes off to like university. It's all of like old clothes. I have bins of his old baby clothes at my in-laws, which Rob reminds me of like every day. He's like, you need to clean out those bins someday. And I'm like, the day I have a garage, I'll get to it, I promise. Anyway, today is bookish. This whole video is supposed to be bookish, Kayla. So I'm gonna drop all of these off. The bin's full, and I still have a whole bin of my own in the back. I wonder if there's another one. Okay, I found the other one. It's at the actual like library services in Kelowna, which I didn't even know where this was. There's a little bin right there next to the building in case anybody else needed directions, which I doubt. My 2 bins are officially empty. Another task completed. Okay, here's the idea for the TBR shelf. Ready? The TBR shelf concept for the last 2.5, 3 years has been top shelf priority TBR. Anything that I read the first chapter of and gave that a rating of 8, 9, or 10 out of 10 to make sure I read them promptly. Clearly, it hasn't worked. I haven't read them. And not only have I not read them, but the bottom shelf of anything under an 8 out of 10 is still sitting here. Like, for what reason? Sure, maybe I want to still read them, but they're not priority TBR because like I don't really look at them and think, oh, this is gonna be my new favorite book ever. So we're gonna rotate. That top shelf is gonna go to the bottom shelf. The bottom shelf is gonna go in the closet, and I'm gonna go in the closet and read the first chapter of enough books to fill up the bottom shelf. Don't argue with me. You're leaving. I'm sure I'll still read these someday. It's just not today. So why do they need to stare at me? Years ago, I said nothing goes on this TBR shelf until I've read the first chapter. If I really thought about it, I would realize that doesn't make any fucking sense. Because there are books that are on my TBR that I'm reading like within the next month or 2 that I don't want to read the first chapter. I'm waiting until I do the video to read the book. And clearly, based on the mess on my dresser, I need an actual place to put that TBR. So this top shelf is going to be books that if I look at it and I think I know the exact video that I'm going to post this for, it goes up here. Veronica Speedwell will go up here. Magnolia Parks and Herod the Ninth will go up here. We've got my next book club book. We've got a book club that I'm participating in. This is what I'm thinking about for my next vlog. The dragon vlog is happening eventually. We've got a plan. Next to it, I now have a place for my library books to go. I've always squirreled stuff away because I hate to give away a TBR, but I can't take it anymore. I keep losing books. I keep forgetting what I'm supposed to read for videos. So this is now my library hoarding area. And maybe if the ones that I don't have allotted for videos sit up here, then I'll pay attention to them more and I'll stop forgetting about them and then getting overdue fees. I might actually need to shift it. So all of those are over there and this entire thing is for library books. I have a problem. And from here, now I take everything that was on the top shelf that the first chapter really intrigued me, and I'm gonna put it here. Clearly, there's plenty of room. So the TBR closet is gonna be next, and that's gonna help fill it out. Get some things out of there so I can fit more things in there. We're swapping. There is a non-haul, but we're also just swapping. All right, I think I have stumbled upon a day where I feel the perfect mix of emotionally, mentally, and physically able and prepared to get into this TBR closet. I think I just need to pull everything out because then I can Marie Kondo my way back into it. If for some reason an entire series of me just going through every single book and listing the title of it on my TBR appeals to you, there's a playlist link down below. How many trips before I regret this whole thing? One shelf. It took me one shelf to be over this. Oh my god. Did anyone see that? The books just tried to kill me. They know I'm trying to get rid of them. Okay, that's two shelves down. Almost that shelf, but those are holding up a stack of books, so those have to wait. No, I got it. No. You stay right there. I got it. Come here. Come here. Please. I could be a server. Count them. 1, 2, 3. Done. Upper is done. And then there's just one I can't really reach. Why? Oh, because there's more books and journals and classics. I can't deal with the classics today. Don't make me deal with the classics collection. It was good for me to do this. I'm currently sickened by myself. So, mission accomplished. Oh my god. Here are the now empty shelves. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up there, where there probably shouldn't be books, but I'm sure there will be by the end. And here is the last of it. Here we are, me with all my besties. There are 220 books behind me. I can explain. I love a deal. I love going to the bookstore, the thrift store, ordering online, finding a book that I was gonna buy, was maybe considering buying brand new full price, but it's, you know, $7. So yeah, at least if I'm unhauling some of these, I didn't spend an exorbitant amount of money, but this isn't all of them. There's 50 that I took off my TBR shelf on that bottom shelf that I didn't love the first chapter of, so I need to go through that bin that I put aside. I also have the 20 books that I hauled really recently, and there are still those 50 on my TBR shelf that I gave a high rating that I want to get to, or that I have slotted in for videos. So in total, all of the unread books that I own amounts to 350. That's a lot. And I would say something here, and I want to say something here, like, well, I read 270 books a year, so it's not really that many. I could read all these books in a year and a half. But am I going to? No. I'm going to buy new releases and get excited about new releases and borrow library books and do whatever I do. I don't think today my goal is a humongous purge. It's more about organization, but there are some obvious things that I know I need to get rid of. First of all, duplicates and ARCs. I've just gotten a little bit lazy taking the books where I typically take them. So while I appreciate being sent so many things, it was unsolicited technically. Like, I am on a mailing list, but they used to ask me before every book and now suddenly they don't. So I'm gonna have a stack of those. And then things that I like bought accidentally and didn't realize. Another duplicate, another ARC. Don't get me wrong, I do also have a couple ARCs that I definitely said yes to and then just didn't read. But it's rare. It's rare that that happens. Oh, here's a duplicate. I think a big thing for me is going to be getting rid of any YA in the closet, because if I have 350 books that I want to read, that I'm going to read, I'm never going to prioritize a teen title over an adult unless there's like a specific video that has arose that'll force me to read that, and in which case I can probably just get it from the library. There are also a couple things that I've bought for videos that weren't authentically on my TBR, but I bought them to make content about, and then I picked a different book, or I picked a different YouTuber who suggested, or I picked a different app, or I canceled the video. So I actually don't even know what this is. I think we might get like a stack of 50 to get rid of. This was sent to me. This is YA. This is one of the oldest ARCs that I have, and I don't even know if I read the first chapter, so I should probably at least give it a go. I'm gonna get rid of this political romance. I love Ashley Winstead, but like, when am I ever gonna actually want to dive into a political romance? And honestly, I think I might get rid of a bunch of my sci-fi. It's like nothing about somebody going to space interests me at all right now, especially when we're talking about corporations and feudal society. Another ARC, another YA, a DNF, another accidental double purchase. This, that, those, yeah. I literally just bought that and I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm done my first official cut. All of these right here. I apparently did need to go through them. I stared at each one individually. I said, do I need this? The answer was no. This is so far what I'm keeping, organized more or less by genre. This is all mystery thrillers, and I don't even read that many mystery thrillers anymore. There's some memoir nonfiction, horror, general fiction. Oh, this is like double tall, by the way, or double thick. I'm losing my mind. This is like all speculative. My Kurt Vonnegut collection is going strong even though I refuse to read them. I also pulled out a handful of ones that I can add to that top shelf because I do have specific videos in mind what to do with those. And my goal from here is to read the first chapter of some things and find more books that have a really intriguing open that I can put on that bottom shelf of my TBR shelf. So they look at me and I go, yeah, I see you. You had an exciting opening. If I ever want to read something, I'll pick you. So there is going to be a besties members only video where I go through my thoughts on every single thing that I'm picking here until I reach 20 books that I want to put there. And hopefully I find some duds along the way and I get rid of more. But for this video, I will come back to you once I've made those decisions. It's as full as it was, but I got rid of a lot of books and I moved a lot of books and it'll probably stay looking like this for 24 hours. I don't know. But you know what? Mission accomplished. All right, I'm back. A journey I have just been on. I did not, in fact, end up with however many books I told you I wanted to. I had to stop it at some point, and I finally got to 11 books. One of them is one that I didn't actually read the first chapter of here, but I remember reading recently in a video, and I just forgot to put it up here, so that's Jonathan Abernathy, You Are Kind. We've also got A Far Wilder Magic by Alison Saft, which I wasn't expecting to love as much as I did. We got Candelaria, which was different of a tone than I expected, but I still liked it. A surprising one to me, Fates and Furies by Lauren Groff, because I was expecting maybe to unhaul it because I've had it for so long. Midnight Rooms, a recent addition to my TBR. Walking Practice, which is a weird one I didn't know if I would love. Hum, which I was expecting to love and did. The Age of Miracles, which I know a couple of you who've been in my comments recently will appreciate me enjoying. Magic for Liars, which I probably could have told you would be a thing to go into it. The Twisted Ones, which is exciting, from T. Kingfisher. And The Appeal by Janice Hallett. And technically first chapter, no, I read the first I don't know, maybe 30 pages because it's all mixed media. We got some wins. I unhauled some things, put some other things in the TBR closet, put a lot of things back in the TBR closet. But I'm just gonna quickly organize this and then I'll give you a final look. There's no real rhyme or reason for how I'm organizing this. And also, well, it was kind of by genre and then it was by color. I forgot a couple. I can't believe I just forgot these out there. I had 3 more wins and these were actually the biggest wins. I have some questions for you, so I also need to add that to what I've made like a thriller stack. We the Animals by Justin Torres. This was my only 10 out of 10. Everything else got between an 8 and a 9. Cannot wait to read that. Going to prioritize it soon. And Behold the Dreamers by Mbolo Mbui, which is exciting because I was hoping that I'd be excited about this. And there was a lot of books I just read the first chapter of that I thought were going to be like my favorite opening, and they were just okay. There is a pile that I'm unhauling. There's a bigger pile that has gone back in the TBR closet, and the couple that ended up here. Look, it just fits. Now, of course, based on the amount of times that I've done this before, reading the first chapter of a bunch of books, I know there are so many books that the first chapter does not indicate how I'm going to feel about the book overall. So there are plenty of books that I just stashed away back in the TBR closet that I'm sure will be favorites. I'm sure I'll love so many things once I read them. These are just the ones that I'm intrigued from the beginning, so I know if I pick up any of these, I'll be excited about them. So I'll give you a look from back over here. I don't love how the plant looks in the middle, but that's not the most important thing right now. I have a renewed sense of joy looking at this because everything on here has the potential within like the next year to be leaving the shelf. So like I know that it's constantly going to be moving and changing. Since I already have plans to read these ones and these are from the library, so like I know that even if I don't read them, those will be swapped out multiple times for the end of the year. And then if I'm looking for something exciting to read and I just have some extra time, this entire shelf is like anything on the bottom I will be excited about. And yes, it did look like that before and some of these books were already on the shelf, but I like to imagine now things aren't getting muddled for me. There's not books that I want to read kind of on the bottom and books I really want to read on the top. Anything I pick here, I'll be excited about. And that excites me. So now quickly before I go, I will show you the books that I'm unhauling. I've got 2 laundry baskets. full of things that I will be ditching now. And I guess if we count them all up, there are 94 books. Wow. Didn't know I'd be getting rid of that many. You knew I needed to. Actually, while we're over here, I'll show you Liam's room because we just finished it. So this is his new bed. I really like it. Actually, I'll turn the lights off. I don't know how to turn the lights on the bed. Oh, probably this. Okay, I don't know how well you can see it, but that lights up. Then he has these all over his room. We've got a basketball net here, obviously an essential. Then his desk, which he loves. And this bed is really cool because it has storage underneath it. There's like this, I have to unscrew this, and then you can lift it up and put anything underneath it. It's so useful because he doesn't have that much storage, and he used to have a bed that went all the way to the ceiling because it was like a bunk bed dresser thing. It's hard to push down though. Oh, and his dresser we put in the closet. And I just really like how everything turned out in here. I'll put a link to I don't know if anybody's in the market for a bed, but we got it from Wayfair, and it was maybe my first thing I ever ordered from Wayfair, and I wasn't sure what the quality would be like. And it's so good. So that's everything that's changed. Nothing changed out here, but in case you wanted to see my red shelves, this is them. They're a little unorganized because I kind of don't have a lot of room, but this is what they look like right now. So that's everything. Thanks for hanging out with me for this random organizational video. I've gone from 350 books to about 250 books on my physical TBR. No, I don't like the idea of buying stuff just to like give it away or sell it a couple years later. But hopefully every time I do this, it encourages me to be more thoughtful about my purchases next time so I don't do this again. Okay? I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!